Hi class, we're going to continue on with Excel Module 5 and we're working on Section 7, working with multiple worksheets. So there are some videos for you in your exam textbook. We'll go through some of these things together. Now we're going to be adding new tabs, new sheets down here at the bottom, and we can do that real easy with this plus sign to add new workbooks. We can also add more on our insert menu, but we could change the default number of worksheets in a blank workbook by going to our backstage menu, and remember that's the file menu, and then looking at options there, and in our options, if we look at, here's our general. When creating new workbooks, include this many sheets. We could change them to 2 or 3 or 7 or however many you want. Now, how many you want is going to depend on what you're going to use it for. So you might want one for every region or one for every department. It just kind of depends on your data and what kind of information you're trying to group. Now, we're going to say that our data here is going to be loosely coupled because it's coming from multiple sources. So remember, we're going to be looking at our different venues here. So the first thing we want to do is add a sheet. We'll click the new button here, and that adds our new tab. Let's copy the contents of sheet 1 to sheet 2 because we really want these things to be the same, and by copying we'll minimize errors. So let's see, we're going to go back to our first sheet and we're going to press Control A to select all. Notice that that just selects everything that has data or populated cells. Now we can press Control A twice to select all of the rows and columns. You can drag around the cells to create a selection, or we could do Select All just below the name box, the intersection of the row and the manner in which you select all of the data depends on where you are in the worksheet and your personal preference. But we want to click sheet 1 and select all. So we want the entire worksheet, so I'm going to click select all way up here. Now I've got everything selected. Now I could use the shortcut keys. That would work. Get this stuff copied. Home, copy. Now we know we're copied, of course, because we have the ring edges here. And now I want to go to my new sheet, sheet 2, and I want to press the Enter key, paste. Now they say zoom to approximately 120%. Zoom a little. See things a little better. And of course, you could have used the paste button. We're just using Enter to show you how easy it was. Now you could also right-click on the selected data and copy, and right-click and paste or move, and use the Move dialog. Let's try it. So let's go to sheet 1 and let's right-click somewhere in our select data. And from our right-click menu, we want to choose move or copy. Do we have that? No. Let's try it. I don't see it. I don't know if they got rid of that. Because according to them, it should say copy, delete. We are not seeing the same thing where our versions get us. Right click the sheet 1 sheet tab. There we go. Ah, there we are. I was clicking in the wrong place. Sorry about that. Now I have that move or copy option. And what I'd like to do then is move it to the end and create a new sheet. I would like to create a copy. So I'm going to click OK. Now you should see sheet 1, number 2. That's a copy. So that was pretty easy once I found the right thing, huh? Now, why is that one named sheet 2 with parentheses, or sheet 1 with the parentheses 2? Because it's a copy of sheet 1. Instance of sheet 1. Now, another way to copy is to press the Control key while we drag the Sheet tab. Now, that's going to be really fast, faster than copying and copying and pasting. As you drag, Excel will display a small triangle arrow to show the destination. So let's press Control. Let's click on Sheet 1, get to it, press the Control key, click and hold that tab, and I want to drag it over to the end and let go. And now I have my third instance of sheet 1. Again, so that was super easy. Now, the next step we're going to do is replace the sample numbers for the 2018 and 2019 projected percentage change. Right now, the percent changes are identical on all 4 sheets. And to speed data entry, Excel allows you to enter a number in the same cell through all selected worksheets. This technique is referred to as drilling an entry. Well, we want to drill an entry if we have multiple worksheets that have the same layout and the same calculations performed on data. Drilling entries of data or formulas ensures that everything is consistent across the worksheet. When you drill, all affected sheets must be selected. So let's try this. First, we're going to start out with sheet 1, and we're going to right click on that tab and choose select all sheets. Now we want to select cell C5, our 2018 projected percent change. Type 1.5. And then press the down arrow key. Change the sample data in the selected cell to the actual value. Find those. Benefits, we want to be 2.5. Security, 2. Rent, 0. Utilities, 1. Now, I'm not seeing the rest of them. Maintenance, we want 0. For advertising, we want -1. And for the last -2. Now our 2019 projected change percents, let's change those. 1.5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, -1, and -2.25. And then our average percent changed. We want 1.5, 2.75, 2. Okay, those were calculated, so we'll go. Now, since we've entered that data, we can right-click our Sheet 1 tab again and say that we do ungroup those sheets. Now, one at a time, let's click those tabs, make sure they all got changed in the same way. Oh, same, same, same. So awesome, we were able to go through all of the entries. Now, they say sometimes it can be hard to select and deselect sheets. So let's make sure we can practice on that. Click on the tab to select the sheet, make sure it comes to the top. If we want to select all the sheets, we can right-click on any tab and select all sheets. Let me ungroup those. If we want to just select the ones that are close to these, we can select the first sheet, then hold the Shift key and click the ending sheet, and that'll select all of those. And of course, just like anything else in Windows, in Excel, I have a loud car. Somebody has a big car going, and I can press the Control key and click for non-adjacent. Now, if I wanted to delete a worksheet, you could right-click on there and delete it. And when multiple worksheets are selected, the Excel title bar reflects that by showing. Okay. Now we've got our individual worksheets all set. Let's customize those because we want them to stand out and be a little different for each of our venues. So let's start with sheet 2, and it's going to be our Durat. I'm not sure how to say that. D-U-R-A-T. Sounds cool. So let's name it Durat Theater in our tab. Now let's right-click the Sheet tab, point to Tab Color on the shortcut menu, and let's change that to Orange Accent 6. Now our tab color changed. Oops, I got both of them, didn't I? 1000. Let me unselect it and change it. Tab color back to no color. All right, so back at our Durat Theater, what else do we want to change? Let's double click cell A2. Now we double clicked and went right into edit mode there, ready to type. So let's change some things. Let's select the word consolidated and change that to our name, Durat Theater. Now let's select the range A1 and 2 to get that heading. Let's change our fill color to Orange Accent 6. And let's change the font color and make it automatic. Now we have some data that we want to change for this particular theater. Let's go to cell B5 And in 2017, we want to enter the number here, 79,207.20. Get some good business. In B6, our benefits, 15,247.39. Our security is 28,175.65. And then B8, our rent is 14,400. Next, utilities, 3,080. Our maintenance, 4295.20. Our advertising, 3599.64. And finally, our administrative was 2,500. Now we have all this data input for that specific venue. And because we already had all of our formulas entered, we have all of our projected changes. So that looks good. Now let's go to our Truman House Theater, which is this one that says sheet 1, parenthesis 2. Let's name this Truman House. And we would like to make our tab color something different. This one's going to be gray. Gray 50%. So column 5. Row 3. Now let's double click cell A2 to change that name. Instead of consolidated, we want it to be Truman House. And let's select A1, A2. Change our fill color to that gray. And let's change the font color to automatic. And now let's fix our data. For this venue, we have 72,870.62. Our benefits, 14,027.60. Our security, 25,921.60. Our rent, 13,248. Our utilities, 2833.60. Next, our maintenance, 3951.58. Advertising, 3311.67. And finally, administrative, 2250. Looking great. Now let's click somewhere to deselect. Make sure everything looks good there. Like we're doing great. Now our last one here is our Xanadu. So let's double click on its tab to go into rename mode. And we want this to be Xanadu. Just to say stage Xanadu. Let's set our tab color here. We want this one to be light blue. And then let's double click A2 and we'll change the word consolidated to stage Xanadu, XANADU. Now I want to select A1 and 2, change our back color to that light blue, and then change our font color to our automatic. And let's update our data. Our payroll is $88,712.06. Our benefits are $17,077.07. Our security is $31,556.73. Rent $16,128. Utilities $34,49.60. Next, $48,10.62. Our advertising was $4,031.60, and B12 finally is $2,700. Now let's click an empty cell to make sure that we're looking good and everything's looking right. I don't think I changed anything. Let's save this thing. So we have everything all formatted for all of our different venues. So in our next section, we'll be looking at using formulas that go across all of these different sheets. So that's great. It'll give us a lot of capability. That's it for this video. Thanks.